So SB10 is an 8-page legislation that is literally a pathway to destroying the housing market here in Nevada. It was touted as being a bill that would curtail corporate purchasing of our residential properties, like the Blackstones, the REITs, hedge funds, things like that. But when we got the language, when I picked up the bill, I was like, this thing's not long enough. You cannot fix the housing market in 8 pages. I mean, that's insanity. So I'm reading through this thing, and they're talking about all entities. So not just like the REITs and the hedge funds, but the mom and pops who have LLCs. The bill said, okay, we're going to cap home purchases for these entities to 1,000, which means each of the assessors and the recorders have to then report up to the Secretary of State. And the Secretary of State has to keep an aggregate, because it's not Blackstone gets 1,000 and mom and pop LLC get 1,000. They have to share that 1,000. And each entity after the sale has to report to the Secretary of State within 10 days of the sale. So you can have a 10-day lapse after money has exchanged and possession has been taken. And then in 10 days, the Secretary of State could say, okay, we're 200 over our 1,000. So those 200, those sales are now null and void, which means the ownership goes back to the seller, and the seller's already taken the money. So how does the bank lender or the buyer get that money back from the seller? How do we ensure that the seller doesn't spend the money or put it into another house, right? Like maybe they were in a concurrent deal where it was contingent upon them selling this house in order to be able to purchase the next house.